Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What is going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday. World Cup is going on right now. We've got some exciting football games to talk about today. Everyone smash that like button aggressively like it owes you money. The beat is fire. I do completely agree with you. The beat is some straight gas. Thank you guys for the super chats already. We're going to get into the questions in just a second here. Had to adjust my mic slightly. I was listening back to last week's stream or Thursday's stream, and I was trying to um, kind of listen for the audio, and I thought the audio didn't sound the best, so I wanted to move my mic a little bit closer. Last week we did call the Traylon Burks breakout game. Someone asked me a question about Traylon Burks on Thursday, and I said, "Oh, it's Traylon Burks breakout game, baby." Hopefully everyone's having a great Sunday. We're gonna have a great time today answering all of these questions. So make sure you guys hit that like button down below. We'll begin with Blair's question. Good morning, everybody. Should I start Pittman or Hollywood Brown 6-4 in PPR? Now that's a great question because I think Hollywood Brown just has so much risk in him this week. Not only because of the fact that he's coming off of an injury that I would have thought would have taken him multiple weeks more to come back from. Also, Kyler Murray is not a lock to play on Sunday. Kyler Murray might end up not playing at all on Sunday, or not on Sunday, on Monday in Mexico City. We might be seeing Colt McCoy under center. So it's like there's a lot of negativity kind of going towards that situation. Now, obviously, Hollywood Brown has some immense upside, right? Hollywood Brown could completely win you your week, but I'm going to go with Michael Pittman. Pittman is a lot better with Matt Ryan under center. I think this is a game where potentially the Indianapolis Colts, not potentially, they're going to have to be throwing the ball a shit ton because they're going to be down against the Eagles. The matchup isn't the best, but I'm going to still go with Pittman. Thank you for the super chat as well. Sean Flex 2, Pittman, Pierce, MVS, Singletary, uh, DPJ, A-Rob. Great question. I'm going Dameon Pierce for sure. You have to throw him in your lineup. Dameon Pierce hasn't necessarily been smashing in terms of fantasy football production, but he has been a very solid player every single week, week in and week out. So I'm definitely going with him. And then outside of that, MVS, Singletary, DPJ, A-Rob. I actually think we see a decent day out of Singletary running the ball. Now, the problem is how safe do you want to be? Because Singletary is pretty safe, but doesn't have crazy upside. I think I'm going to go with MVS because there are just so many injuries to the Kansas City Chiefs wide receivers that if there was ever a spot for MVS to go absolutely nuclear, it would be this game. If you want to be safe, you can go Pierce and Singletary, but I'm going Pierce and MVS. Rock out with your cock out. What's up, my man? One running back, two flexes. Swift, B-Rob, Pacheco, A-Rob, Nico Collins, PPR. Nico Collins had a pretty solid performance last week. I'm a pretty big fan of Nico Collins. The problem is trying to talk myself into playing him in fantasy football because it's just, he's not the best player alive. But at the end of the day here, I'm going to be going with Brian Robinson for sure. Lock him in. I think Brian Robinson's in for honestly a really good game. So we're going to go with Brian Robinson because they're playing up against a defense that cannot stop the run worth anything. And then we have Swift, Pacheco. So I'm going to go B-Rob. I'm going to go Swift. I'm playing Swift, even though I do worry slightly about Swift. I think Swift will still be able to get it done in terms of the other options you have. And Pacheco. We're going to go triple running back in this spot. I don't love Allen Robinson. I think a lot of people are going to talk themselves into playing Allen Robinson this week, and a lot of people are going to be immensely disappointed when it comes to his production. So we're not going to play A-Rob here. We're going with the triple running backs. Next question here. Hard choice. Oh, never mind. I clicked on Spock answering someone else's question. Should I start JT every week as a must start? Yes, I agree. He's a must start. Cooks or Palmer? I'm going to go ahead and go with, I think I'm going to have to go Cooks. I think I'm going to have to go Cooks because Palmer, it seems like all the other receivers are going to play in LA, which just drastically devalues anything that Palmer could possibly have. So we're going to read some inactives off right now so that you guys have all the news. So active, Mark Andrews, Devontae Adams, Wandale Robinson, Kenny Galladay. Inactive, Gus Edwards. Remaining, yet to see, Devontae Adams, Ezekiel Elliott, Keenan Allen, Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins. I was going to assume that Andrews was going to play, so that doesn't surprise me. I am a little bit shocked that Gus Bus is out. That definitely gives a big boost to Kenyon Drake. So huge boost to Mr. Drake. If Drake is available in your league and you can pick him up and you have an option that isn't necessarily the best. Now, I'm not saying that Drake's available in your league, but if he is and you can pick him up, he's a solid snag, solid pickup. Next question here. Nate, thank you for the super chat, my man. Andrews, Pitts, or Greg Dulcich? Tony, Jacoby Myers, or Rondell Moore? Great question. Yes, Gus is out. So Andrews, Pitts, or Dulcich? We're gonna have to go Andrews. I don't think we can ever fade away from Mark Andrews. He's just destined every single week to be a very solid player that gets a decent amount of usage. I don't necessarily think that uh, that Andrews is going to be the number one tight end this week. I do think there could potentially be someone that finishes higher than him. But at the end of the day, Andrews is one of the only tight ends in fantasy football that I genuinely believe could score 30 plus points in this slate, right? Because we have a couple of people on bye this week. I think there's a good chance that he is the number one tight end. So I'm going to go with Andrews and then Tony, Jacoby Myers or Rondell Moore. We're going to go with Jacoby. All right, we're going to go with Tony. Sorry about that. Kadarius Toney is in a really good spot this week, in my opinion. Kadarius Toney has been a very reliable option starting last week, and I think he's going to be a very reliable option every single game going forward. Kadarius Toney is an incredibly talented wide receiver. Obviously, everything in New York with the Giants didn't end up working out, but everything in Kansas City, it seems to be going swimmingly right now. So I'm going to go ahead and lean with Tony. So we're going to go Andrews and Tony. Pretty easy for me on those answers. I'm not really trying to galaxy brain and overthink things here. Just going to go with the best options available. So we're going to go Andrews and Tony. Thank you for the super chat, my man. Yo, Nikki, what's up, man? Connor or B-Rob? I'm going Connor. Gibson or Foreman? Foreman. Pittman or Paris Campbell? Pittman. Gus is out. Zeke is expected to play. Apparently, what I have read, based upon if you follow me on Twitter, at Notorious FNTSY, they believe that Tony Pollard will be the lead back in this game. We'll see if they actually do that. But if they do actually do that, that is a straight up wet dream for fantasy football because Tony Pollard might just smash this slate. Palmer, Robinson, or Gallup. I'm going with Palmer in that scenario. Hi, Nick. Pick two, please. Tony, Pickens, Ayuk, Keenan Allen, Pacheco. We're going to go with Ayuk, and we're going to go with Tony. Just so you guys know, Tony's going to be an answer to a lot of your questions. Fuck, man. I can't believe I picked up Christian Watson in this 10-team league I'm in and didn't even play him like a straight-up stunad. Next question. Well, I don't know if Njoku is fully healthy. I don't know if Njoku is fully healthy either, but it seems like he's going to play. Jacoby Myers or Deontay Johnson. Myers. Yo, what's up, Ron? Devontae, Keenan Allen, or Hollywood. I'm going to go Devonta. Mike Williams, Tony Pollard, George Pickens, Kenyon Drake. We're going to go with Tony Pollard and Kenyon Drake. Pitts or Moreau. I would go Pitts probably. But if you want to be safe, go Moreau. Isaiah Pacheco, Mooney, or Slayton for the flex. I have done a bunch of drafts on a sponsorship that does not sponsor today's video, so we're not going to talk about them. But I jammed in Slayton in a bunch of my drafts. I think that it's like a draft, but only for this week. I love Slayton's upside. I think it wouldn't surprise me if Slayton was like a top 15 receiver this week. So I would go with Slayton personally. Marco, thank you for the super chat. Swift or Pacheco really need that win. So the problem with Pacheco is I feel like we are all going to get galaxy brained into thinking Pacheco is the guy. We're all going to play Pacheco. Pacheco is going to bend us all over the table and screw us over because Clyde Edwards-Helaire goes absolutely fucking nuclear. I think that is a legitimate worry of mine that Pacheco is going to have a bad game. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to come back and have a huge game. The problem here with Swift is that, oh, it's okay, Spock, don't worry about it. But Swift could be a disaster, straight up score like 8 points. But the problem is, even on Swift's really bad game, Pacheco's best game is like 7 points better. But Swift's best game blows Isaiah Pacheco out of the fucking water. Out of the water. So you say you really need the win. So what I would do is go with the more risky option. I think that Swift is more risky than Pacheco. I think you play Pacheco, you accept you're scoring 10 points, and you get out of there, right? That's what's going to happen. You're going to score 10, 12 points. You're going to get out of there. You're going to maybe win, maybe lose, but Pacheco won't be the reason why you win or lose. Swift could be the reason why you win. So I'm going to go with Swift, even though I'm very nervous about him. Exit forever. MVS, Campbell, or Slayton. Pick 1/2 PPR. So I like MVS a ton, but we're going to have to go with Slayton again. This matchup reeks. This matchup reeks of fantasy football greatness for Darius Slayton. Darius Slayton had a great matchup last week. The week before that, kind of a dud, but the week after that, he played really well. I am a big fan of I'm a big fan of Darius Slayton, so we're gonna have to go with Darius Slayton. I think Slayton smashes in this spot. I'm trying to get him in a lot of DFS lineups this week, so that's just kind of my opinion on him. Thank you for the super chat. Or Greg Dulcich, Cole Kmet or Greg Dulcich. I'd go Kmet. Monty Sutton or Cordero. I'm going Sutton. Do you think D Hop plays on Monday? Yes. Yes, I do. Is Kenyon Drake a better player than Isaiah Pacheco? Yes. Pick 2, Devontae Adams, A.J. Brown, Elijah Mitchell, Josh Jacobs. I'm going Josh Jacobs and Devontae Adams. Rondell Moore or Jacoby Myers at the flex. Myers, yo, Nick, can you rate my 14-man team? Sure. Smith, Henry, JT, Diggs, Evans, Andrews, Ramondre. I don't even know how that's possible in a 14-team league. Are you drafting with, like, that doesn't even seem possible. That team's amazing. Kenyon Drake or Gibson? Drake. Tony or R. White for the stash? Stash Tony. Curtis Samuel or Slayton? Slayton. Njoku or Drake? Drake. Risk playing Kyler or start Carr? I would just play Carr. Should I start Curtis Samuel as the flex? Yes, he's a good flex. Njoku officially active. Great to hear. Let's pull up some more of the inactives. I'll read them off. David Njoku active. Mark Andrews active. Gus Edwards inactive. That's the last couple that popped up. Saints or Niners defense? I'd go with the Saints. I meant Njoku or Muth. Oh, Muth for me. James Robb or Brian Robinson rest of season? I would say Brian Robinson at this point. Cole Kmet or Greg Dulcich? Cole Kmet. Thank you, Nikki. No problem. Pick 2, Pittman, Moore, or Sutton. I'm going Moore and Sutton. Start 2 wide receivers in a flex. Sutton, Allen, Pickens, Foreman, Johnson, Hollywood, Slayton. Let's go Sutton. Let's go Pickens. Let's go Foreman. Josh Palmer or pick up Van Jefferson? I'm going with Palmer. Darius Slayton, Paris Campbell, Valdez, Scantling, pick 1. Slayton, Ayuk, Allen, Pickens, Pacheco, Tony. Ayuk, Allen. We're going to go Tony. We're going to go Ayuk. A-Rob, Cooks, or Slayton. Slayton, can I get a Gawk 9000? Gawk. Am I crazy for wanting to start Drake over Kamara? Yeah. Yeah. That's fucking crazy. Pitts or Everett? For me, we're going to lean with Pitts, Drake, or Pierce. Pierce for sure. Pittman or Allen? I'd go Keenan Allen. And then Patterson or Foreman? Patterson. Thanks, bud. No problem. No problem, good sir. Pick 1 flex spot, Drake, Rondell Moore, or Hollywood Brown. Drake for me. Real quick before we get on into the rest of the questions here, quick word for our friends, our sponsor over at BetMGM. They're on my hat. If you guys are brand new to BetMGM, you click on the link in the video description down below. What you got to do to activate the offer, and you bet $10 on any World Cup game. If any team scores a goal, you will win $200 in free bets, which is guaranteed to happen. Someone is going to score, especially if you bet on tomorrow's games, where there are multiple games. So it's destined for someone to score in the World Cup, and you receive $200 in free bets. Make sure you guys check that out. Link in the video description and in the pinned comment. I'll be talking about it more throughout the week, showing it on my screen so you guys understand what to do. If you have any questions, shoot them to me on Twitter, and I can help you guys make sure everything's set up correctly. Please make sure everyone smashes the like button on today's stream. Back on into the questions here. Just so you know, I'm not trying to skip anyone's questions. I'm just clicking around. Goff, Mariota, Carr, Mariota. Hard call with Williams and Keenan coming off injury. Eli may be the safest. I want Amon-Ra, St. Brown. I have more something. So trade Amon-Ra. So trade Sutton and Mostert for him. Sit McLaurin, Gabe Davis, or D-Hop. I'm sitting McLaurin. Tony Pollard or Antonio Gibson? Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard for me. Burrow or Fields? Fields for sure. Fields my QB1 in the week. Lineup: Allen, Chubb, Pollard, Walker the third on bye, Watson, D-Hop, Evans, Tony. Yeah, your team looks amazing. It's like a 9 out of 10. Do I play Danny Dimes or Jimmy Guap or wait for Kyler Murray? I'm just going to play Danny Dimes. Non-PPR wide receiver, Tony Pickens or Deontay Johnson. We're going to go Tony. Jamal Williams, Najee, or Keenan Allen. Jamal. Should I trade Pitts for Tony? Yes. Gabe Davis, Devontae Smith, Keenan Allen, Tyler Boyd, Patterson, half PPR. I'm going with Boyd, Patterson, Gabe Davis, Brian Robinson, or Foreman. D. Smith, Amari Cooper, Tony Williams. Sit one. I'm sitting Williams. Pick 3: Slayton, Devontae, Ayuk, Higgins, Slayton, Ayuk. Pick 2: full PPR: Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Rondell Moore, Olave, and Garrett Wilson. Thank you for the super chat, DS. I really appreciate it. Deep League, half PPR. Cordero Patterson, Jahan Dotson, DJ Moore, Elijah Mitchell, or James Robinson. Then fill one for the flex or put in Ninjoku. Great question, Mr. DS. I greatly appreciate it. Okay. So we're going to go with, for me, we're going to go Curtis Samuel. And, oh, man. See, I want to say, actually, I think DJ Moore. So we're going to go DJ Moore, and we're going to go Elijah Mitchell. DJ Moore and Elijah Mitchell. So Elijah Mitchell is a really safe play. He's probably not going to win you your week, but he's going to get enough touches against a bad Arizona defense to make him start worthy. And then DJ Moore is really just a huge risk, but the upside is so high that I just have to lean with him. So we're going to go DJ Moore and Elijah Mitchell. That does seem like a deep league question, but honestly, your options are pretty good. So you probably had a relatively good draft or you picked up good players. Obviously, at this point in the season, a lot of your team is comprised of people that you didn't even draft. And that's probably the biggest talking point I have like every single offseason is that like you can really fuck your draft up as long as you don't miss on like the early guys. Like as long as you don't completely swing and miss on these early options in fantasy drafts, it's very easy to draft somewhat bad and still end up with an amazing team. That's just kind of how I view things. Like you don't even have to, and again, I'm not talking just about DS. I'm talking about everyone. Like you can literally draft awful as long as you hit on like, for instance, your first and second, third pick, and you're gonna be golden. Stay golden, pony boy. Next question here. Gabe Davis or Keenan Allen? We're gonna have to go with. We're gonna go Gabe Davis. The boy Keenan Allen's back. Devontae Smith, Amari Cooper, or Kadarius Toney, Mike Williams, sit one. We're going to go ahead and sit Mike Williams. Mooney, Zeke, or Slayton, Mills, or Ryan. We're going to go with Matty Ice Baby, Matt Ryan. What's up, Ron? Gabe all the way in the Dome Stadium. I agree with you on that. Ayuk, Thielen, Palmer, Connor, and Pierce. Fuck. We're going to go Ayuk and Pierce. What's up, Spock? What's up, everybody? Patterson or Javonte Williams? Jamal Williams, we're going to go Patterson. Giants, Rams, or Broncos? D. Broncos. Broncos country. Let's ride. I agree. Flex, Mike Williams or Myers, Ninjoku. We're going to go Myers. Did you guys hear that Broncos head coach Nathaniel Hackett has been like cucked out of play calling for the team? Like he's no longer calling the plays. So now it's going to be on what's his name? Their offensive coordinator, I believe, is now calling the plays, which is very funny. Very funny. Oh, fuck. I can't believe, like, it's a bad scenario when the coach, like, gets, like, he stops calling plays because now, like, everything is fucked up, right? Like, the team doesn't trust him, the coaches don't trust him. It's a bad scenario. Qatar is terrible. Are they? What's the score? I was seeing a lot of memes on Twitter before about apparently like the Qatar goalie is absolute dog shit, but I'm not watching the game, so I have no idea. I didn't plan on watching the game today, obviously. I'll watch on Monday. Um, Whenever the US plays, I'll watch that game too. Um, Pick 3, Garrett Wilson, Kadarius, Tony, Deontay Johnson, DeAndre Hopkins. Sorry, Boyd, Jacoby Myers. Appreciate you, homie. No problem. Tony, Hopkins, Boyd. Full PPR, pick 1 for it's 2-0. That's sad. Boyd, Pacheco, Ayuk, Boyd for me. Pick 3, Cooks, Drake, A-Rob, Slayton, Mike Williams. Slayton, B-Rob, Mike Williams. Patterson or Tony Pollard, Patterson, Cooper or Tony. Antonio Gibson, Deontay Johnson, Najee Harris, Curtis Samuel. I have to start 1 full point PPR. We're going to start Antonio Gibson. DeAndre Swift or Najee Harris. DeAndre Swift. What's up, bro? DeAndre Swift for me. I'm torn between Najee and Swift, but I hate both options too. I agree with you. Pierce or Stevenson. Pierce. Foreman or Pacheco. No, actually, I like Stevenson better than Pierce. Foreman or Pacheco. Foreman. James Conner or Montgomery. Monty. DTS. New Orleans or New England. New England, and then Swift or Zeke. Swift. Rams, Saints, or Steelers defense. Saints. Start 1. Thielen, Pickens, Campbell. Thielen, Pickens, Campbell. Thielen, Pickens, Campbell. We're going to go with Thielen, Pickens, Campbell. We're going to go Pickens. What do you think is Fields' floor this week? 25 points. 25 points. Not even fucking kidding. Justin Fields is going to literally pull his pants down and take a fucking shit on the chest of the Atlanta Falcons. I pray for the Atlanta Falcons defense. They are about to get absolutely decimated. Decimated. It's not even going to be close either. It's going to be the game's going to be close, but he is going to absolutely sauce him up. Sauce him up. Been too much. All right. Time to run some crunches for DFS here. Smack out some lineups that we can win the $1 million tonight. 30%. Everyone's having a wonderful Sunday. Make sure you guys smash the like button like it owes you money. Good job, man. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate everyone stopping by for today's stream. We got up until 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we got an hour and 5 minutes to go. Hope everyone's having a luxurious evening today. Cole Kmet or George Kittle? I'd still probably go George Kittle, if I'm being honest with you. But I get if you want to go Kmet. I benched Christian Watson, but I had to see it twice to believe it. I benched Christian Watson too in one of my leagues, so don't feel like an idiot. I liked him going into the game, but no, I did not expect that game that we saw. Yeah. Shout out to Ron. Flex, non-PPR, need a win. We're going B-Rob. Dallas, Commanders, or Denver? Denver. Pick 1, Tony, Smith, Darnell Mooney, Tony. Pick 1, Allen, Najee, Samuel. We're going Samuel. Kenyon Drake or Miles Sanders? No Gus Edwards, Miles Sanders still. Schultz or Komet? Schultz. Jamal Williams or Foreman? Foreman. My opponent is playing both Swift and DJ Moore. I don't trust either one today, Ravens. Maybe. Sutton or Tony? For me, Sutton. Njoku or Dulcich. Told my mom to pick up Watson. She said no. That's a tough scene, man. Tough scene for your mom. Lamar or Hurts? Hurts. Kamara or Donta Foreman? Kamara. Deontay, Palmer, Pittman, Slayton. Pick 3. Pittman, Deontay, Slayton. Let's go B-Rob for the win. Marcus Mariota or Jimmy G? Mariota. Tony or Mike Williams? Tony. Last time Keenan was active, he only played one half before he got injured again. That was a tough scene. Juan, what's up, man? Pittman, Patterson, or Komet for the flex? We're going Patterson. Flex, Drake or Davis? Davis. Drake or Patterson at RB2? Patterson, Boyd or Tony? Boyd. Yeah, Boyd. Make sure you guys smack that the like button like it owes you money. Smash that like button, baby. Need as many likes as possible to make sure that this stream gets to more people. That more people can join us on having a fun time every single Sunday and Thursday. Pick 3. Foreman, Tony, Zeke, B-Rob, Pittman, Mitchell, Terry, McLaurin, Foreman, Tony. Jones or Lamar. Jets or New England defense? Jets. Rondell Moore, Kadarius Tony, Chris Olave, Michael Pittman, Curtis Samuel, pick 3. Tony, Olave, Pittman. I'm picking up Daniel Jones and playing him. Isaiah Pacheco or Najee Harris, Pacheco. 2, Drake, Pittman, Drake, Pickens, Garrett Wilson. I'm going Drake and Garrett Wilson. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Njoku or Komet. So Njoku, I actually think is going to be really good once he returns in this game. But I also have to be honest with myself and tell you that I do genuinely think that Komet is the better play. I think that going with Komet is one of the biggest smash spots on the week. I really think Komet is going to go absolutely nuclear in this matchup. So I'm going to go with Cole Komet. Personally, going to go with Komet. I do think Njoku is in for a decent game. I do think Njoku could be a really good start this week, but we're just going to have to go with Komet. I mean, Komet has just done so much over the last 2 weeks that if you sit him, you're doing yourself a big disservice, in my opinion, if you sit Komet. So we're going to have to go Komet. Komet for sure. Komet is one of the best starts at the tight end position this week. Kadarius Tony, Michael Pittman Jr., Darnell Mooney. We're going to go Kadarius Tony. Mills or Ryan, Komet or Dulcich, Komet. James Conner, Tyler Boyd, Pacheco, Jamal Williams, Boyd, and Jamal. Half PPR, Ayuk or Pittman, Ayuk. Pollard or Pierce, Komet or Dulcich, Komet. Foreman, Amari Cooper, James Conner for the flex, Foreman and Connor. Thank you. Have a good football Sunday. Thank you, man. We'll be back on Thanksgiving on Thursday. Hopefully everyone's here to enjoy Thursday before the games. Everyone better be here, man. It can't just be me on my lonesome, all by myself. All by myself. Just fucking sitting here, chilling by myself. It's gonna be sad. Sad boy hours if it's just me. Too much cash in my jeans. Rank my starting team 1 through 10. Herbert, Diggs, D-Hop, Mixon, Pierce, Komet, James Conner. Your team's really good. It's like a 9 out of 10. Hey, Nick, pick 3. Let's go. Let's go Gabe, Foreman, and Tony. Yeah, I do think you should go with Kittle still. But if you want to go Komet, which you clearly want to, then play Komet. Danny Dimes or Russell Wilson. We're still going to go with Danny Dimes. I do like Russell Wilson a decent amount this week, but at the end of the day, Danny Dimes has so much rushing upside baked into him. So we're just going to have to go with Danny Dimes. I think Russ actually has a better game than he's had in what feels like a decade, but at the same time, there's no way I am benching Danny Dimes for him. Like, there's just no way. Danny Dimes has been too good this season. Like, Daniel Jones really turned things around this year. Super impressive, in my opinion. Very impressive. Very nice, as they say. So we're gonna go Danny Dimes. Throw it on a dime like I ain't even trying. Nick, what it do, baby? What it do, baby? Full PPR, pick two. Pickens, Cooks, Pacheco. Got a gut feeling about Cooks this week. All right, let's go Pickens and Cooks then, since you like Cooks. I'll always be here. I know, Ron. Isaiah Pacheco, Elijah Mitchell, or George Pickens. Pickens, Patterson, Drake, or Jamal Williams. Patterson, Drake. I have a great problem. Standard PPR scoring. Um, Thursday, wide receiver and a flex. AJ Brown and Olave. Good sir. Smash that like button. Exactly. Smash the like button like it fucking owes you money. Like it owes you money, pal. Ayuk or Mike Williams? Ayuk. Should I drop Swift? You cannot drop Swift. Cannot drop Swift. Cannot drop Swift. Ashy too flashy. B Rob, Zeke, Mitchell, Pittman. B Rob. Garrett Wilson or Jacoby Myers, Garrett Wilson. Bro, should I bench Kamara for Damian Pierce and put Debo on my flex? No, I'm playing Kamara and Damian Pierce. Singletary, Pacheco, Demont, Pierce. We're going Demont, Pierce. Ayuk or Mike Williams, Mike Williams. No, Ayuk. I lied. Gibson, Brian Robinson, or Pollard. Pollard, pick two. Tony. We're on Tony and Garrett Wilson. Pittman or B-Rob. B-Rob. Sorry I'm late. Have we talked about our confidence in Andrews? I think he could have a peg leg and eye patch on and still start him. Yeah, I agree with you, Caitlin. I'm starting Mark Andrews with confidence. There's only a couple of tight ends in the NFL that can score 30 fantasy points, and Mark Andrews is one of them. So we're going to play Mark Andrews. I agree. The guy could have fucking one leg out there, and I'm still rocking with him, baby. Let's ride. Let's ride, Mr. Mark Andrews. Hey, man. Gawk, gawk. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, or Elijah Mitchell. We're going. Fuck. Oh, that's tough. I think I'm just going to go with Elijah Mitchell, man. I don't trust either of those guys. Zach Wilson has been pretty poopy, but Garrett Wilson is good. That is a actual great assessment of what has been happening in New York. Bye week. Fuck Hawk. Mike Hawk. A peg leg, an eye patch, and a hangover. Yeah, he could be all of those things. Still playing him. He could eat whatever Michael Jordan ate before the flu game, and I'm still throwing him out there. Ebner, Cook, CH, Gainwell, Akers. Jeez. I'm going Gainwell. Going Gainwell. Gainwell has touchdown upside. Now, Gainwell might just shit the bed, but all of them could. Tristan Ebner, I don't think is going to get the same workload that we're used to with the other guy, Khalil Herbert. I don't think that CH is going to get that many touches. Wouldn't surprise me if he did, but I wouldn't project him to. James Cook is just they bring in Naheem Hines, so like you have to project that James Cook is not in the best spot. Akers just is dick cheese, so we're not going Akers. We're just gonna go Gainwell. I think Gainwell has the most upside, and he's also the safest out of them with the most upside. It always seems like once they get into the goal line, like there's always a chance that they just hand it off to him. So that's what we're gonna go with. Having to play Marcus Mariota with Drake London and Kyle Pitts in DFS seems like I'm donating money right now, but I feel like it could work. I don't know though. I'm gonna go with Gainwell. Frank, thank you for the super chat. Thanks. Swift makes me nervous, but I'll keep him. Yeah, you got to keep him. You can't let go of him. I mean, all it takes is Dan Campbell having one thought where he's like, "Oh shit, maybe we should do this cool thing called throw the ball to Swift," or "Hey, let's utilize DeAndre Swift." And then the second that happens, we are going to be in a position where DeAndre Swift is the smash player of the century. So that's just kind of how I feel. Tyler Higbee can score like 10 fucking 15 points today. I'm going to win so much money. I'm feeling this lineup that I just created. Just created it while we're talking here. Got to keep Swift. All right. What's good, Nick the Goat? What's up, Raz above everything? How you doing, my man? What's up, everyone in chat? The one thing that sucks the most about streaming is I wish there was a way. I know there is on YouTube, but there's not on this StreamYard app. And I'm not trying to shit on StreamYard. It's actually really good. But The way that I stream is on StreamYard. That's how you have the thing that's above me, the cool background, all that, and it's easy to stream. And I can click on chat, and the chat pops up right here. The biggest issue is I can't pop chat out and like throw it on this other screen that I'm working on because I'm making DFS lineups, making my fantasy lineups while talking to you guys, and I always have to look at the second screen in order to answer your questions. It's not a bad thing, obviously, but it could make things a lot easier if there was a pop out chat. But hey, it makes my job easier, so I'm not gonna hate on him. Antonio Gibson, Elijah Mitchell, or Petty Campbell. We're gonna go with Antonio Gibson, Cooks, or Collins. Any thoughts on Everett playing? I think Everett's gonna end up playing, but I would go with Cooks over Collins. Logan Mills. You related to Davis Money Mills? Here comes the Mooney. Money, 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 money. Oh, if anyone wants to play in my DraftKings contest, not sponsor of today's video, BetMGM is, but if anyone wants to play, let me know. I'm gonna send the link in the chat right now so you guys can join. It's $10 to enter. 17 people in it. Logan, full PPR. I need to pick 3 between Davis, Devontae, Tony, Amari, Garrett Wilson, Jamal Williams, and Pacheco. Any help? Love the content, fam. Thank you very much. Davis, Devontae, Tony, Amari, Garrett Wilson, Jamal Williams, and Pacheco. Okay. Going Gabe Davis for sure. Lock his ass in. Lock Tony in. That's 2. So you got Davis and Tony. 2 guys I'm locking in. Then I like Devonta. Devonta's just came off of a hot game. I think that means he's going to be a little bit cooler this week based upon just the heat map of what we've seen out of Devonta Smith with AJ Brown there. Sorry for snapping. I was trying to figure something out. So we're going to go Davis, Tony, Garrett Wilson. I love Amari, but Amari's home road splits are absolutely insane. This guy sucks donkey peen when they're away and is amazing at home. This game is not home nor away. It's actually in Detroit, so technically it's an away game, I guess. We're gonna go ahead and lean with Tony, Davis, and Garrett Wilson. Thank you for the super chat, Kyle, as well. The sex bots are here, guys. Speaking of backgrounds, where's Garfield? The boy Garfield is upstairs. He's 18 years old, I believe, my cat. He's old as fuck. That's why he's never down here. Too old, man. Too old. Probably 17, something like that. I don't know how old he actually is. Something like that, though. I got him when I was really young. So Pickens or Pollard or Boyd. Love you long time. Handsome. Thank you, Kyle. Fins up. No Dolphins game today, which kind of sucks. Does anyone else feel that? Like when they're a fan of a team and it's like, while I understand that today, realistically, as a fan of the Dolphins, it's nice to not have to sit here and stress out about, oh, fuck, what happens if we lose this game, blah, blah, blah. It also just sucks because that's what I want to watch. Like when I go on Sunday and want to watch something, that's what I want to watch. I want to watch the Dolphins. So it sucks that we're not playing today, but it is what it is. Pollard or Boyd? Okay, so I'm going to go with Boyd. I just feel like his upside without Jamar Chase is just so high. I think Pollard's going to have a good game as well, but we're just going to lean with Boyd. He's a little bit safer, and they have pretty similar upsides, so we're going to go with Boyd. Yeah, Boyd. For sure. I think Boyd has a pretty solid game. I have to go Boyd. And then Benny, super chat, Pickens or Warren at the flex spot. Got to go with Pickens. Warren, I think, is going to continue to see more touches, but we're just going to have to go with Pickens. Like, betting on the backup running back on a team that isn't the best in the Pittsburgh Steelers in a rivalry game against the Cincinnati Bengals just seems like a recipe for disaster for fantasy football. So I'm just going to go ahead and avoid that. I do think that Warren could have a good game. It wouldn't shock me. Warren, in my opinion, almost looks as good as Najee Harris, might even look better than Najee Harris. But at the end of the day, are you really going to hinge your Sunday on Jaylen Warren when you can put it on Pickens, who has been a target fucking behemoth for this offense, has been one of their best players, if not their best player? I have to go ahead and go with Pickens. I just think he's better. Just an all-around better player compared to compared to 1. So we're gonna have to go Pickens. Pickens upside is just way higher. What's up, Victor? Sea Dog, thank you for the super chat. Fly Eagles fly with your Eagles logo. That's who the Dolphins are gonna be playing in the Super Bowl, of course. Love that. Fins up. Hopefully everyone is having a good Sunday thus far. So Pittman, DPJ, Samuel, London, MVS, full PPR. We're gonna go with my boy MVS. I think MVS has so much upside with the injuries to all of the receivers in Kansas City. Like it's basically MVS, Tony, and Travis Kelsey versus the world. So I think we're in a really good spot with MVS. And then outside of that, I really like DPJ. I like Samuel as well. We're gonna go DPJ. So Donovan Peoples Jones and MVS for me. Full PPR. And just so you guys know, I'm not trying to skip anyone's questions. I'm just fucking clicking around. I feel it deep inside. I'm glad you feel that. You feel the same way I do. Williams or Olave, Olave. Pickens or Tony, Tony. Josh Rowe, thank you for the donation, the super chat. Need 2 full PPR. Jamal Williams, Swift, Pittman, Tony. Definitely locking Tony in. I'm big on Tony this week. As you guys could tell, if Tony sinks our ship, then he sinks our ship. We are going with Tony, and I'm feeling confident in that. Have to play him. He's one of the options. Again, I'm fully knowing that if Damian or not Damian Pierce, if Tony shits the bed, I will have realistically fucked everyone directly in the ass who was watching these videos and watching the stream because I was so high on Tony. But at the same time, when you have a take and you really believe in it and you saw what happened with Tony last week, I think everyone should be just as confident as I am with all the injuries. So we're going Tony, and then we're going with Swift. Now, if you want to go Jamal Williams over Swift, I'm not gonna talk you off of that. I'm not gonna talk you off of that. If that's the option you want to go with, then go right ahead because I think that Jamal Williams is safer than Swift, but I think Swift has more upside. It's really tough with Swift because Swift is a guy that we all know is one of the most talented players in the National Football League. He is one of the most talented players, if not the most talented player. So I am a little bit worried that we might get screwed over by Swift by sitting him. So we're going Swift. I'm playing Swift in the league. I got him in. Komet, thank you. Skip to Malu. Komet, Higby, Skittle, Kittle. They've been using Kittle to block, and it's been killing me. So realistically, based upon what you just said, you don't want to play Kittle. So go with Komet. Go with Komet. Komet is actually safer at this point than Kittle. So whoever asked me about Kittle a little bit earlier, if you want someone who's more safe, you can actually go Komet. I'm going with Komet here since I know you don't want to play Kittle. Kittle's in a weird spot because their team is so good, but the problem is, the very problem with the fact that their team is so good is the fact that there's a lot of guys to throw the ball to. There's Debo, and Debo's been shit in the bed. Debo's eventually going to have a big game. I'm not sure when it's going to be. He blew up against the Rams in, say, week 4. Nick, it wasn't week 4. It's actually like week 5. Whatever, right? You get the point. But I do think that we are in for a big spot out of Debo very soon. I'm playing Komet because you don't want to play Kittle. I would still personally rock with Kittle, but you don't want to. And you got to go with your heart sometimes, guys. This is the biggest thing that I try to talk about a lot is while I tell you to play some certain player, if your heart is telling you, I don't want to play Kittle, I don't believe in Kittle, I want to go with Komet, then you're going to feel a lot better throwing Komet in your lineup and dying on your own personal shield of, hey, I liked Komet, I went with Komet, Kittle scored 5 more points than him, whatever. That would be just the way I think of things. That's how I've always thought of things. Before I made fantasy football content, I was someone who watched so many fantasy football videos. I would watch Pat Mayo, Ercolano, Kirkhoff. I used to watch the fantasy footballers a lot in high school. I don't watch them anymore, but because their podcast is just way too long for me to mentally sit through while I'm just sitting here. But at the end of the day, I do think that I would just die on my own shield and go with Komet. You know what I'm saying? Die on the shield, go with Komet. That's who you want to go with. I know that's who you want to go with. So go with Komet. Sean Lowry, Singletary or Pittman or DPJ. Definitely going to go Singletary. Singletary had a heater of a game last week. Everyone's projecting this to be a really high scoring game. Singletary might just be exactly what he was last year. Absolute dog shit to start off the season. It starts getting a little bit colder. It's going to be in a dome, so I guess it's not going to be super cold in the dome. But it starts getting a little bit colder. It starts getting like, hey, maybe we should try to run the ball, and then Singletary starts smashing. So maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what's happening right now. So where to go Singletary? Tim, full PPR, flex, Pierce, or Mooney? Start Mike Will. Great question. Great question. We're gonna go with oh yeah, Ron as well. Ron Stewart, he's great as well. But I was watching him when I didn't make content because I don't think he was making content before I started. And that's not a diss to him. He's a really nice guy. And I was watching a stream last night, so I'm not trying to make fun of Ron. He's really nice. He's been on this channel before. Very nice guy. Big ups Ron. Ron actually, no, I'm not gonna dox him, but never mind. Dameon Pierce or Mooney, start Mike Will. We're gonna start Dameon Pierce for sure. I actually think Mooney might be in for a decent game, but we're gonna stay away from him, and then we're gonna go with Dameon Pierce over Mooney for sure, and then we are gonna go ahead and go with sitting Mike Will. I don't trust Mike Williams really at all unless you. The fuck? What's it called? Sorry. I would go with Dameon Pierce for sure, and then I'm going to sit Mike Williams. I just don't trust Mike Williams in his first game back is kind of what I was trying to say. I just don't trust him coming back. He could have an absolutely dominating game. I just frankly do not trust him right now. So we're going to go ahead and fade Mike Williams and go with Dameon Pierce. Dameon Pierce is our second highest projected player at Stokastic for fantasy football at the running back position. Start one, David Njoku or Michael Pittman. Thank you. I would actually go with David Njoku as long as he's the starting quarterback, tight end. So that's what I would do. If David Njoku's playing, I'm going David Njoku. We're gonna go with Njoku. But we got to make sure Njoku's playing. So let's pull up David Njoku. Actually, you never really want to play a tight end over a receiver. I'm going Michael Pittman. I completely changed my mind. What's up, Grant? I completely changed my mind. We're going to have to go with Michael Pittman. I think David Njoku is going to have a decent game. But at the end of the day, we're just going to have to we're just going to have to go with Michael Pittman. It's tough, but we're going to have to go Michael Pittman. David Njoku's probably, like, on his good game, he scores, like, 10 points. Like, Pittman's great game is, like, 20 points, 25, 30 points, right? So we're just going to go with Pittman. And I agree with Spock. He should be getting a lot of targets. Everett is now ruled out. Should I grab Hurst or Komet? Grab Komet. You should never have been even starting Everett if Komet was available. Komet is, like, must start every single week, so go with Komet. Definitely go with Komet. Don't worry about Hurst. I actually like Hurst a decent amount, but don't worry about Hurst. Go with Komet. Bro, what did I just do? I was trying to get fucking Jalen Hurts lineups. I accidentally pressed the wrong button. And now I can't get them. Oh, I'm so dumb. I'm a bit of a buffoon, guys. We're going Komet. Going Komet for sure. Komet over Everett and Hurst. Even if Everett was playing, I want Komet. Should I start Kamara and why? Yes, I'm starting Kamara. I know Kamara hasn't been the most reliable option every single week, but at the end of the day, are you really going to sit a player that has the upside to score 35 plus points? Now, I know, Nick, the team has been a bit of a disaster recently, this, that, the other thing. At the end of the day, again, are you ever going to sit a guy that can score 35 plus points in a matchup that I don't think is the worst? The answer is no. You're never going to sit Kamara. Now, obviously, if you have fucking Alvin Kamara, Jonathan Taylor, Christian McCaffrey, Josh Jacobs, then sure, Sure, maybe you sit Kamara in that scenario, but what type of scenario are you going to get in where you have all those guys? The answer is you never will be in that scenario. So what I would do is just start Kamara. I think you're really going to galaxy brain yourself way too hard. You're going to you're thinking way too out of the box. Fantasy football in redraft, you never really have to hop out of the box, think of some crazy fucking scenario in your brain where something smashes. You just don't have to think about that. So I'm just going to go ahead and not do that, not galaxy brain everything. We're just going to go ahead and play the plays that I like the most. So we're going to go with Kamara. Kamara is a great player. Don't overthink it. That's my thought process on it. And there's the thing with a guy like Kamara. Oh, you can see like, oh man, he's had a bad couple of games. You can start trying to, then you just start, your brain starts running. It starts thinking about all these things that you shouldn't be thinking about. You have to think very positively in fantasy football. You have to think very positively. And I am HIV positive that Kamara has a great game. Have you guys ever seen, what's that fucking movie called? The Dictator. I am HIV Aladdin. You know what I'm talking about? That movie is hilarious. That is some of Sacha Baron Cohen's best work, except for Borat. Borat's the only movie better than that. That shit is so fucking funny. So yeah, we got to go with Kamara. Flex 2 PPR: Jamal Williams, Foreman, Pickens, Pacheco. Ooh, I like this one. I like this question. We're gonna go Foreman for sure. Lock Foreman in there. And then we're going to go Pickens. I like the upside of Pickens. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Pickens this week. So we're going to go Pickens and we're going to go Foreman. Foreman should be in for a really good game. Problem is they are going to be down in the game, so they might not be able to run as much, but they're going to throw the ball to him. So yeah, that's what we're going to say there. So we're going to go Foreman and Pickens. Foreman and Pickens. See, I'm glad everyone else also likes the Dictator movie. The Dictator is a fucking hilarious movie. I am someone who does not watch, like, I'm not big into movies. Never have been. There are some movies that I really like, though. And most of the movies that I really like are either movies about the mob or movies about comedy movies. Those are really the only ones I like. Even though I was a history major in college, I don't actually like documentaries that much unless it's about something that I'm really interested in. Like, actually, all of those are Football Life films. If anyone's ever seen those are like really good, especially about stuff that I didn't know about. Like, obviously, I wasn't alive when Joe Namath was playing. Joe Namath's A Football Life is literally some of the funniest shit I've ever seen. I had no idea that that's who that guy was. I'm a Dolphins fan, and I almost want to buy a signed Joe Namath jersey because of how awesome that guy was. MVS, London or Duvernay, MVS. Miles Sanders or Tyler Boyd. Boyd, Supnick, Kenyon Drake, Gus is out, Brian Robinson, Pollard, and Gibson. I need to start 3. Full PPR. We're going to go with Drake, Pollard, and Gibson. NFL icons, I'll have to check that out. Garrett Wilson or Ayuk. Garrett Wilson. Dak or Kyler. Dak, Rondell Moore, Singletary. Need a wide receiver and a flex. Devin Singletary, Rondell Moore, Josh Palmer, George Pickens, Tony, and Pickens. All right, real quick. Someone asked about the weather, so that's what we're going to talk about real quick. NFL weather. I want to make sure that we gloss over these things. So if anyone like turns their TV on and it's like windy as fuck or something, we already knew in advance. All right. So the weather for today. I should get one of those. Like, I have a green screen behind me. Obviously, there's not just a fucking floating football and like our work logo, Stokastic, right here. I should get like a background with the with the weather and fucking stand up and start pointing at it. That would actually be hilarious. I think maybe we'll get that going for next year. But we're gonna get the actual weather here. So Chicago at Atlanta is in a dome, no weather issues. Cleveland, Buffalo moved from Buffalo to Detroit, now in a dome, no worries. Dome game. Philly at Indianapolis, dome game, no weather. The Jets at the Patriots in New England, in Foxborough. I'll get to your super chat in a second, DS. Thank you very much. I'm just going to read off all the weather really quick. That one is supposed to be slightly windy. 15-mile-an-hour western winds, 39 degrees Fahrenheit. Very normal for a game in Foxborough. Don't think that really affects anything. LA at New Orleans, dome. Detroit at Giants. I live near the stadium. A couple of my friends went to the game. I decided to stream instead of going to the game. So thank you, Nick. Hit the like button, right? Of course. So we're going to go with that one. Is going to be a little bit windy as well, but nothing to worry about. Carolina at Baltimore, similar thing, a little windy, nothing to worry about. Washington at Houston. In Houston, there's no weather concern ever there. Las Vegas at Denver. It's going to be a little bit cold, but nothing out of the ordinary. Dallas at Minnesota is in a dome. KC at LA, dome. Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. That one is going to be 6-mile-an-hour wind, so nothing to worry about. And then there's no snow. All the games are perfect weather. If you want to make the argument that, it's a little windy in the Jets Patriots game, a little windy in the Giants Detroit game, a little windy in the Baltimore Carolina game. Those are the only games where there's even some slight wind, so I'm not worried at all about that. Thank you for the super chat, DS. Flex, Thielen, Njoku, or Curtis Samuel. I would go with Curtis Samuel. I actually think Thielen's going to eventually one of these games just snap off. I think Thielen, who continues to get so many targets in this offense, is actually crazy. But the problem is that, are the targets ever going to actually correlate to that, right? You always chase volume. I'm someone in fantasy football who chases volume a ton. That's the reason why I told everyone to draft Adam Thielen, because holy shit, I know they have Justin Jefferson, but at the end of the day, there's volume to be chased. This is an offense that wants to throw the ball a bunch, and they do. The problem is when the ball is thrown inaccurately to Justin Jefferson, he goes up there and fucking snags that bitch. But when it's, Adam Thielen, he doesn't have that same ability. So we're going to go with Curtis Samuel. I know he had a down game last week, but he is a focal point in this Washington offense. They're playing in a very easy game. So we're going to go Curtis Samuel. Machiavelli says Gallup, DJ Moore, Slayton, or Michael Carter. We are going to go ahead and go with Darius Slayton. Now, Darius Slayton, yet again, we talked about him before. Smash a game last week, down week the week before, smash a game the week before that. Gets the Detroit Lions defense, one of the worst, if not the worst defense in the National Football League. We need to be banging the drum aggressively for Darius Slayton. I think he smashes in this spot. I was just yelling too much. I fucking had to cough. Dylan, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and 2 flex. David Montgomery, Michael Carter, Diggs, Lamb, Jacoby, Olave, Pitts, Deontay, Garrett Wilson, Robinson, or should I pick up Melvin Gordon, Pacheco, Henderson, or over Carter? No, you're not going to do that. I got you, fam. Monty and Carter, lock those guys in at running back. Diggs and Lamb, those are your 2 receivers. Your 2 flexes are going to be Olave and Garrett Wilson. So you're going to go Monty, Carter, lock those guys in. Diggs and Lamb, those are obvious as well. And then you have some more of the confusing options, right? You could talk yourself into playing Pitts. Same with Deontay, but I'm not doing that. We're going to go Olave for sure. I love Olave. I've talked up Olave a bunch recently. I love Olave. He's a very talented player. He's in a situation while the red rifle isn't the best. I think he's a good player. I think he can make up for the bad quarterback play by being such a talented player. So Monty, Carter, Diggs, Lamb, Olave, and Garrett Wilson. Thank you very much for the super chat. Nigel, thank you very much. Trade deadline gave Pittman, Connor, Garrett Wilson for JT. So basically, you gave up a receiver that has been pretty bad, Pittman, a running back that's been very hit or miss, and Garrett Wilson, who looks like he's on the rise, for JT. Now, I actually like that trade because if Jonathan Taylor is what Jonathan Taylor was last week, if he is able to mitigate all of this bullshit that we were used to from before, that we could be in for an absolute smash matchup of the century for JT. So I think that's a good trade. I understand some people might say, oh, overpay. Maybe Pittman's going to get better. I hope Pittman gets better, but I don't think that's an overpay. I think you paid just enough to get Jonathan Taylor. And I think at the end of the season, you might look back and be like, holy shit, I absolutely fleeced that guy. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might go back at the end of the season and think, wow, that was like the smartest trade I've ever made. You could also look back and be like, wow, that was stupid. But at the end of the day, based upon it being the trade deadline, based upon you wanted to make a move for an RB1, I like that. You like that. And then Nigel, thank you again for the super chat. B-Rob at Houston, great matchup. Or Tony at LAC, great matchup as well in half PPR. So again, we're going to metaphorically die on the sword. Again, my take die on the sword or die on the shield, I guess. My take really has been so heavy on Kadarius Toney. I've been banging the drum for Toney all week long. I've been talking this guy up, singing all of the praises for him. If it doesn't pay off, then it'll suck. But guess what? Sometimes you have to take that shot directly to the face in order for things to work out, right? You might just have to. So we're going to go ahead and go with my guy. Gonna go with my guy, Kadarius Toney. I think ultimately he is the better player in this scenario than Brian Robinson. I think Toney has the upside to really win your week. Like Toney could score 30 points. Brian Robinson's good game is probably 18 points. And that's again not saying Brian Robinson's a bad player, but that's just how shit goes. Toney's a receiver. He's the number one receiver on the team. B-Rob is the pseudo number one running back, but also they have Antonio Gibson. So we're going Toney. Toney for sure. Nigel, thank you for the super chat. Najee or Swift this week, full PPR. We're going Swift. Gotta go Swift. I don't trust Najee Harris at all. Don't trust Najee Harris even an ounce. There is no way that I am playing Najee Harris. There's just no way. I can't do it. Physically cannot do it. Physically cannot do it. This really quick. Yeah, that's just kind of how I feel. I don't want to play Najee because Najee might be the reason why I lose. So I'm not playing Najee. I'm going Swift. Chad, Toney over Gabe Davis. I'm playing Gabe Davis over Toney. I like Toney a bunch, but Gabe Davis is just too good for that to possibly. Gabe Davis is too good for you to sit him for yeah, Gabe Davis is way too good for you to sit him, in my opinion, in that scenario. There's no way I'm sitting him for Toney. There's just no way. No way, Jose. No way I'm doing that. Fuck. Did I hit the wrong button again? You hate to see that. You really do. But yeah, I'm going Gabe Davis for sure. Cannot sit Gabe Davis. Allen Robinson or DJ Moore? I'm going with DJ Moore. I don't trust Allen Robinson at all. I'm going to just be honest with you. I don't trust Allen Robinson at all. So we're just going to go ahead and not do that. We're going to go ahead and play DJ Moore. I hope Allen Robinson has a good game. I do, because I was one of the biggest advocates for Allen Robinson. So, like, Allen Robinson coming back at the end of the season with Cup out and just playing fantastic and it being like, wow, Nick's a genius. That's not going to end up happening, but I can talk myself in my own head into being like, wow, this Nick guy, fucking super sharp. One of the greatest players to ever live. Sharpest guy ever. Right? I can talk myself into that, but I think that's actually going to happen. No. So we're gonna go with DJ Moore. I don't trust DJ Moore really either, but I do trust DJ Moore immensely more than I trust Allen Robinson. Gibson or B-Rob? I think now I'm leaning more towards Gibson. Earlier in the week, I would have told you B-Rob. Now I'm a little bit closer on Gibson. I do think both of them should be good plays though this week, but I think now I'm closer on Gibson. How I read things right now. How I'm seeing things here. All right. And then the final thing I got to do here is back with undo this. Thanks, Nick. No problem. No problem. Hollywood or A-Rob? I'm going Hollywood, hoping he plays. I'm benching Olave, Kamara, no Saints offense, dude. You can't do that. Slayton or Gallup? Slayton. Olave. MVS. Oh, I missed your donation. Oh, I'm such an asshole. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. Connor or Montgomery? Thank you for donating. I'm really sorry that I missed that. Oh, Hollywood is out. As I say that, Hollywood will not play. Just confirmed he's not playing. That's very funny. So don't go with Hollywood. Connor or Montgomery? Thank you for the super chat. Again, I'm very sorry that I missed that. That's on me. That is on me. We're going to go with Montgomery. Montgomery's playing Atlanta. Atlanta defense, absolute dog shit. Connor's in a good spot too. I think the Niners, they're going to try to run the ball a lot against the Niners. But we're going to have to go Montgomery. Montgomery for sure, man. I really like this matchup for Montgomery. And again, I am sorry that I missed your super chat initially. There's a lot that pops up on the screen. There's a lot that I'm doing while I'm talking. So if I ever miss your super chat, don't feel bad being in chat like, Nick, you dumb bastard. Make sure that you get my super chat because I don't want anyone to ever pay to ask a question and I don't answer it. That is a dick move in my opinion. So I'm very sorry about that. We're going to go Montgomery. Carl, thank you for the super chat. Pick 2 half PPR, Brian Robinson, Carter Gibson for the flex, and the odd one out of them, D. Smith or Tony. Then Hurst. Okay. Okay. Hurst and Njoku or Knox. We're gonna go Hurst. And then Tony over D. Smith, and then Carter and Gibson. Because I think it's crazy to start 2 guys on Washington. I think that's absolutely crazy to do. So we're gonna go Gibson, Carter, Tony, Hurst, and then if you also need a flex, we're gonna flex D. Smith. So it's gonna be starting Gibson, starting Carter, starting Tony, starting Hurst, and then we are going to flex Devontae Smith. I hope that helped you. I don't think anyone in the right mind should want to start both Washington running backs. I think that's a little insane. Start 2. Kalen, thank you for the super chat. Myers, Singletary, Jamal Williams. We're going to go Myers, even up against the Jets. I don't love the matchup, but I do still think Myers ends up getting it done. So we're going to go Myers, and then we are going to go... This is tough, man. This is tough because I really want to go Singletary, but I also don't want to go Singletary. Realistically, we're gonna go Myers and Singletary. I think we're gonna actually start to see Swift start to get the ball more. I would be ultimately shocked if we didn't. So, Kendall Hinton playing today, guys? Anyone know? Kendall Hinton. I'm gonna play Kendall Hinton, but yeah, I'm gonna go Singletary and Myers. Questionable for week 11 against the Raiders. However, yeah, he might play. Seems a little risky. I feel like the fact that he's risky is why he's going to do good. Maybe I'm just crazy. So we're going to go Singletary and Myers. What's up? What's up, everyone? Chad, okay, Tony over Ayuk, yes. For me, yeah. I really think Tony's in for a really good game this week. On Kadarius Tony, so talented he will make your head spin, according to veteran personal exec to look at scouting report of Andy Reid's new toy. Yeah, he's good. I like Tony. I'm playing Tony over Ayuk. I think I might start Paris over Olave. Thoughts? I would not do that. I know that I'm pretty sure the Eagles slot corner is out. So that is kind of positive for him. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I just don't think I trust. Like, I don't think that I trust. I trust Paris Campbell. You can go ahead and play him if you want over Olave. The problem is I just have so much trust in Olave that's why I'm saying no. Like, realistically, I think Paris is a decent start this week. I just trust what's his name so much more. Like, I just trust um Olave so much more. That's kind of my issue there. But if you want to go with Pittman, it's your or if you want to go with Paris, it's your team, man. So do whatever you want. Next question. Daniel says, "What's up? I need some help. Komet or Fryermuth? Also, do I risk D Hop or should I play Devontae Smith and flex Zeke? I think D Hop's going to play, so I wouldn't worry about that. Go with Komet and then go with D Hop. And then play Devontae Smith over Zeke. Zeke is going to see less touches this week, according to everything that I have read. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going D Hop, Komet, and Smith. That's what I'm doing here. I want to see if there's any qualifiers still open. For DraftKings? The answer is no. All right. Let's go with. So yeah, that's my answer there. We're playing Komet, we're playing D Hop, and we're playing Devontae Smith. I think D Hop plays. Gabe Davis or Antonio Gibson in the flex. Got to go with Gabe Davis. I love Gabe Davis this week. I think this and Hollywood Brown is out, and yeah, I think this is going to be a really big game out of Gabe Davis. So I'm going Gabe Davis. I don't have Gabe Davis in a single DFS lineup, which is scaring me because I really like him this week. So I think I'm gonna have to do some magic and get one more entry in where I throw Gabe Davis in because I really like Gabe Davis. He was only 12.45. Thought it was later. Which is worrying me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, I'm a little worried. So Gabe Davis for me. Paris Campbell or Jamal Williams? Jamal Williams. Start one. I'm starting Drake. Sutton or Davis? Davis. Start Kenny Drake when those Tony. Next question. Paris Campbell or Jamal Williams? Jamal Williams. Gibb or Drake this week? Gibson. And then Gibson or Rashad White. Rest of the season, Gibson. Murray, MVS, Mitchell in the flex. MVS. PPR and Joker or Dulcich. Tyler Boyd or Garrett Wilson. Boyd. I just like Boyd too much. I can't be sitting Boyd. The Cali Love. I'm gonna go grab some carne asada super burritos. Gonna grab some. All right, have fun, man. Have fun. Drake or Swift. And wait for Hopkins. Yeah, I think Hopkins gonna play, so I'm going Drake. Joker or Higby. Flex Pickens, Singletary. Tony. What the fuck is Gabe Davis done? All right. Then Joker or Higby. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Jordan Palmer or Deontay Johnson. Or Joshua Palmer, I know. Gibson or Robinson. Gibson. Sutton over Mike Williams, yes. Foreman or Monty. Pickens or Jacoby Myers. Adams is going to play. I would be shook if he doesn't play, personally. Josh Jacobs or Mondre Stevenson. Jacobs. Brandon Cooks or Van Cooks. Njoku or Pitts. Pitts. Keenan Allen or Sutton. Foreman, Tony and Sutton. Deontay or Moore. Deontay. I lied. It's Moore. Drake or Myers. Rondell Moore, Garrett Wilson, Jacoby Myers or Najee. Garrett Wilson. Saints or Bengals. Saints. Olave or Tony Olave. Slayton or Smith. Slayton. Gerald Everett or Tyler Conklin. Conklin. Everett's out. And then Olave. Fields or Lamar. Fields. Jacoby or Allen. Jacoby. Mooney, Pickens or Carter. Mooney, Pickens. Olave, Keenan Allen, James Conner. Olave, James Conner, Singletary. Start running back and flex. Patterson, Drake, Tony, Allen, Pacheco. Patterson and Tony. Adam Thielen, Robinson, Adam Thielen. Patterson, Pollard, Montgomery. Patterson and Montgomery. Thank you for the super chat, Mike. Sutton, Pittman, Curtis Samuel, or Rondell Moore need one. Gonna go with Sutton. This is a really, I don't know why the fuck my voice just cracked. This is a really good matchup for Sutton. If there was ever a game where Sutton was going to go fucking nuclear, it would be this week. So we're going to go with Sutton. We're going to go Sutton in this game. Do your thing, 21. Do your thing. I'm going to go with Sutton again. This is like the game for Sutton. This is like the perfect matchup. The Raiders defense sucks ass. This is like the perfect scenario. There's so many injuries to all the other players. Like, if there was ever going to be a game where this guy absolutely smashes, it would be this week. We're going Sutton. Thanks, no problem. Jacoby Myers, Garrett Wilson, or Keenan Allen. I'm going with the first two. Drake London or Johnson. Steelers, Rams, or Broncos. I have JT at Philly defense, so I stream the Jets or Saints. I'd stream the Jets defense. Las Vegas Raiders. They're not going to win today, man. Garrett Wilson over Myers, yes. They're not going to win today. Fucking Raiders are a disaster. They can't even fire their head coach because they don't have enough money to fire him. Imagine being in that scenario where, like, the guy knows he's going to get fired. This team simply does not have enough money to fire him. Peoples, Jones, Pacheco, or Warren. I'm going Peoples, Jones. I get why you like Warren, but I'm going Pacheco, but I'm going Peoples, Jones. 10 minutes left. Let's go, baby. I hope Sutton does bad. Guy I'm playing with has him. I'm hoping he has a good game. I've given out too many answers where I said to play him for him to be bad. Let me just last minute check my lineups. I have to play fucking Mariota and Andy Dalton as my quarterbacks in this one league. Rather get my balls fucking chopped off. But hopefully I can win. Eke out a win here. Nick, I have Waddle and Hill. I'm flexing Collins. Rondell Moore or Pittman. Rondell Moore. Pitts or Hurst. Pitts. Nah, dude, I don't believe in the Raiders, man. There's no way you can believe in the Raiders at this point. They're just so bad. They're just such a disaster. I wish there was any other quarterback I could start, but there's not a single quarterback that is start-worthy available. DPJ at the flex. Zeke can be put in your lineup. Just understand this is going to be the least amount of touches he'll ever get. Pitts or Komet. Thanks, brother. No problem. Just trying to make sure all my lineups are correct here. Got a whole bunch of motherfuckers on bye in all these leagues. My dad's a Raiders fan, so I root for him. I get that. My dad's a Jets fan. Is Robinson a bust? Al Robinson, yeah. Pollard or Swift? Pollard. Swift, Williams, Hunt, Carter start 3. Swift, Williams, and Carter. Drop Gerald Everett or Curtis Samuel. I'm dropping Gerald Everett. DPJ or MVS, Singletary or Robinson. Singletary. Sit Zeke for Pacheco. Yes. Is there any defense that you would stream that are better than the Commanders versus the Texans? No. Mike Williams or Wilson. Wilson. Thanks, Notorious. Just hit the bell. Thank you very much. DJ Chark, Terrence Marshall Jr., Kamara, Mixon, or Stevenson, running back, pick 2. I'm going Mixon and Stevenson. I like Kamara a bunch. We've talked about Kamara a decent amount during the stream because I did talk about how, hey, Kamara is kind of underrated because he's been sucking ass recently, and a lot of people are going to be nervous about him when in reality you shouldn't panic at all. He's actually in a pretty good spot to really smash, but ultimately I do think that I would go with Mixon and Stevenson. I feel like it's really hard to bench Stevenson against the Jets. He did do good against the Jets last time, and it's also really hard to bench Mixon based upon what Mixon did last time out. So we're gonna go Mixon and Stevenson. It feels gross. I don't necessarily love it, but that's what we're gonna end up doing. Oh man. I have to play fucking Joshua Palmer in one of my leagues. About to get fucking dick down. Kamara, Mixon, or Stevenson? We're going Mixon and Stevenson. It's a tough scene out here. Just gotta hope my defense and all these other positions wake up here. Somehow, some crazy happens, I can win. Ooh. We're gonna go Stevenson and Mixon. All right, we're gonna rapid fire some questions real quick. Make sure I didn't miss any super chats. Jamal Williams or Sutton? Sutton. MVS or Johnson? MVS. Should I trade Waddle for Jamar? No. CPAT, Boyd, or Debo? And Standard worried about committee in Atlanta again. I'm going Boyd. No, I'm not trading. Not doing that trade. Fields, Chubb. No, your lineup looks correct. But I would put MVS into the flex. Rapid fire session, baby. Fields or Burrow? Fields. Fields for sure. Oh, fuck. I need a defense in my work league. I don't have a defense in right now. Sutton, Rondell, Mike Williams, Garrett Wilson. Sutton and Garrett Wilson. Mooney or Mike Williams, Mooney. Zeke, B-Rob, DJ Moore. Start 2, bench 1. Zeke. I'm starting DJ Moore and B-Rob. Dulcich or Knox? Dulcich. All right, 1 second, guys. I'm picking up a defense. I don't have a defense right now, and I don't want to lose my game because I don't play a defense. That would be very stupid. Very stupid of me to not have a defense. Nick sounded like an auctioneer on the speed run. 1, 2, sold! Dude, the auctioneer voice that they do is so fucking crazy. Brian Robinson or Patterson? Patterson. How do you think Deshaun Watson will do when he comes back? I think he does great. DPJ or Elijah Mitchell? DPJ. D-Hop or Gabe Davis? Gabe Davis. Elijah Mitchell or Kareem Hunt? We're going to go with Elijah Mitchell. Zebo or Tony? We're going to go Tony. Garrett Wilson or Ayuk? Garrett Wilson. And then Pollard or Jamal Williams? We're going to go with Pollard. Holla. Shot caller. I kind of want to start Russell Wilson over Jared Goff, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Might be why I lose, but I'm going to do it. Washington or Ravens defense? I'd go with Washington. Kicker question: keep Maher in or go with McPherson or Gould? I'd go McPherson. Rate my lineup: Josh Allen, Chubb, Singletary, D-Hop, Tyler Boyd, Kadarius Toney, Kelsey. Your defense, your team looks really good. Evan McPherson or Koo? Evan McPherson. My old bitch lame, but my young ho Koo. DPJ or Brandon Cooks? DPJ. Swift, Pollard, Monty. Bitch, I feel like Monte. Garoppolo or Cousins? Ravens or Eagles defense? We're going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. In what week do you think Herbert will get back on track? This week, hopefully. Deshaun Watson or Lamar Jackson? Rest of season. Lamar. Curtis Samuel or Nico Collins? Curtis Samuel. Jacoby Myers or Garrett Wilson? Garrett Wilson. Good luck, Notorious. Thank you. Ayuk or Foreman? We're going to go with Foreman. Garrett Wilson or Ayuk? Garrett Wilson. I think that Detroit coaches like Jamal Williams over Swift. They might, honestly. They might. We have about 4 minutes left on stream. If you guys have ended up enjoying thus far, make sure you smash that like button. Quick word for our friends and our sponsor over at BetMGM. They've been on your screen this whole entire time. If you are brand new to BetMGM, bet on tomorrow's World Cup games. If you bet $10 on any pregame money line in the World Cup, you receive $200 in free bets. If a goal is scored in the World Cup that day, which is guaranteed to happen, someone is going to score a goal tomorrow and get your $200 in free bets. Link down below in the video description. It helps me out a ton if you click the link. Helps you out a ton as well because you get $200 in free bets. Make sure you check it out. Gibson or Kittle? Gibson. Jacoby Myers or Garrett Wilson? Garrett Wilson. Patterson or Williams? Patterson. James Conner or Cortland Sutton? Cortland Sutton for me. Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. Good luck. Good luck to you. Dak or Hurts? Oh, fuck. I have to put the Jets defense in my lineup. Everything else looking good. Oh, we got to put Russell Wilson in. All right. We're good here. Now we just got to check our fantasy lineups one last time. One more time. MVS or A-Rob? MVS. Keenan Allen or Devonta, Olave or Pollard, Olave, Jets or Patriots defense, Jets, Brandon Cooks or Nico Collins. We're going to go with Nico Collins. Kittle, but it's close between Brandon Cooks and Nico Collins. Kittle or Gibson. Najee or Pacheco. Pacheco. Jacoby Myers or Robinson, running back. Jacoby Myers. Pierce Connor has a tougher matchup. Does Patterson bounce back in a huge way? I think so. I agree. Let's eat that W, baby. Half PPR, Pitts or Njoku. Pickens or Gallup, Pickens. Jets or Patriots defense, Jets. Thanks, Nick. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you as well. Need 2 wide receivers and a flex. Pittman, Smith, and Ayuk. All right, let me set my lineup really quick in my Dynasty League. Fucking on this French bitch. C'est la vie. All right, I think my lineup's correct here. At least I hope so. I don't want to play Brandon Cooks at all, so let me get Brandon Cooks out of here. I'm going to play. Where the guy I want to play go? Hayden Hurst. All right, got it in right before lock here. Daniel Carson, Justin Tucker. Let's go. Brian Robinson or Jacoby Myers for me. Thank you guys for watching today's stream. I greatly appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out. We had an excellent stream today. We're having a really fun time. Playing the 1-9 team this week. Imagine if I lose. I hope you lose, Ron. I'm only kidding. It's just a prank. It's only a game. Why you have to be mad? But yeah, that would be pretty funny. That would suck. That's what always happens to me. Just lose to the worst team. It's really good, man, when you lose to the worst team. Makes you feel great. All right, everyone. Thank you guys for watching today's stream. I greatly appreciate you all. Make sure you guys hit that like button on the way out. Check out BetMGM, link in the video description. Love you guys all so much. Dameon Pierce is on pace to break the team rookie record of Arian Foster. That's crazy. Schultz or Everett rest of the season? Schultz for sure. Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys all. Deep down in my heart. Let's eat on Thursday, Thanksgiving. We'll be back live. I'll be back tomorrow. I got to go get my fucking car inspected tomorrow, which is going to suck donkey cock. But at the end of the day, we will get through it. I am dropping Hines. Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys all. Have a great rest of your guys' day. See you beautiful bastards soon.